Hi, this is All.
And this is Ben, and you're watching the Impact channel.
Greetings everyone, we are in All and Ben from Evile.
Yo!
Nice to meet you guys again.
Yeah man, apparently it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been. Welcome to Eindhoven. How are you? How was the tour?
The tour was great, we've just come off the back of the UK tour, which was amazing. The trip to Eindhoven was as good as it ever is. It's lovely weather, nice drive.
So nice to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be back in Europe.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest in March.
I guess, in Holland.
Marchtoberfest.
So your latest album, Hell Unleashed, was released last year. How do you see the album right now?
I still really enjoy it. Sometimes when you do an album, you look back and you're like, oh, we could have done this and done that, but I just love it from start to finish. It's just really angry, aggressive, fast, and just evil. We wanted to do something that was just like to let people know we're back, to do it as angry as we could, and I think we did it.
Yeah, definitely. I think because of the touring restrictions that's been in place as well, it hasn't had a chance to get old for us in terms of playing the songs live yet. Everything still feels really fresh and quite new to us, and the excitement for us is there delivering the songs live. And so we hope that comes over to the fans, because that was a key point of writing the songs the way we did. We wanted to hit people fast and hard and make them invest in Evile again.
That was my impression too, that you kind of had this back to the roots attitude on the album.
Definitely.
It was much closer to the first album.
We always had like people like, oh, the first album's the best. Then we release an album. Oh, it's not as melodic. I prefer the melodic stuff. It's, oh my god, let's just do what they want. Let's do a thrash album.
I think as well, because we had so many years away with like our little hiatuses that we have, we had to make an impact, and the only way to do that was to literally smack everyone in the face with the new stuff. I think we did that, yeah.
Are you happy with the reactions too?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
What's your favorite song from the new album?
I actually, Hell Unleashed, the more we've played it live, I really like the title track. It's short, it's to the point, and just really fast. It's good.
For me, I'm torn between either The Thing, 1982, or Control from Above. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like the stupidly fast stuff on the album as well, but I always like changing down a gear or two and just grooving off something, and that's definitely one track where I can do that.
And how is the cooperation with Napalm Records?
Great. Really.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah,
They just let us get on with it, and they're really open to ideas. They're really open to how we want to deliver stuff as a band, and it's been really positive. Definitely, they've worked with us rather than against us. They've not tried to steer the creative process in any particular way. It's really, really positive. They're great.
Is it too early to ask about the next album?
Not at all.
No, we're writing it now. I think there's maybe 7 songs in the works, and maybe 8, and maybe 3 of them are finished musically, I think. And yes, it's all go.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not out by early 2023, I'll be really annoyed. So that's the goal, but don't quote me on it.
That's the objective.
Yeah.
It's a timeline to work within and a time frame to get stuff out, because there's always a delay between like completing the album and then the label having their release date for it, and we don't want that to slip and slip and slip. So sooner rather than later, definitely.
Yeah. And do you have any candidate for the producer position?
I don't know, because with me being singing now, it really helps having Chris Clancy, because he's been a singer for like 20 years, so he taught me quite a lot. I mean, I couldn't sing on the album, I admit, I was just shouting. But now I understand vocals a lot more, working with Melissa Cross. It would be good to get back in there with his knowledge again and give it another go, because he's a really good producer. So possibly Chris again, but we've not even spoken about it.
It depends on people's availability as well.
Yeah,
I mean, the reason that we didn't work with Russ Russell before on Hell Unleashed is we did kind of agree in principle that we might do something with him again in the future after Skull. But after the pandemic and everything, and everyone's calendars just got so effed up, it was really difficult to kind of nail somebody down. It was very, very fortunate for us that Chris was available and wanted to work with us.
Yeah.
So I think it was very beneficial for us.
Yeah, we're living in the really hectic times, pandemic, now the war in Ukraine, also the upcoming economic crisis.
Yeah.
It seems like an unfortunate source of inspiration for a new thrash metal album.
You could say that, yeah, but we've always taken inspiration from crap happening around the world and everything. But like we were just talking earlier on about maybe putting Armoured Assault back into the set, and because it's really relevant with what's going on right now in Ukraine. But then again, we've never been a band to align ourselves politically with anything and say stuff publicly, so I don't know, you can't always go down that road. But yeah, there's enough crap going on at the minute to definitely draw some kind of inspiration from.
And how did Brexit affect your life?
False Brexit.
Well, pretty much in the same way it's affected everyone, just restriction after restriction and just idiocy really. It closed everything off before any COVID restriction did, and it just made the whole thing of touring and gigging and driving to different countries, all that kind of stuff, just impossible for no reason. You know, we're only playing music, we're not trying to hurt anybody, and these idiots in suits just make it really, really difficult for people to enjoy themselves.
You also had some lineup changes in the last few years. How did you find your new guitarist, Adam?
We already knew him from a band called Riptide in the UK. You knew him better than I did.
Yeah, Adam's been a big Evile fan for a long, long time, for probably over 10 years. So with him fronting his own band Riptide, it was a pretty difficult thing to think about when you're replacing a frontman. And we didn't know how we were going to go about it at all. And the path of least resistance was keeping someone familiar that the fans recognise and making them the centrepiece. So obviously we're a natural progression for all to step into Matt's shoes as a vocalist, but then it left filling the equation and the gap of who job as a young guitarist. We wanted someone who knew the songs, was a fan of the band, could do it, and had their own little bit of influence within it. So Adam was a perfect choice. He just lives on our doorstep and he was really up for it.
And we're old now, we don't want to go through having to deal with someone who's a dick and like go on tour with them and not get on with them. It really helped that Adam's a really nice guy, really good guitarist.
And he brings that youthful enthusiasm.
Yeah. And he's young, someone who can run around.
Yeah.
What's new with Piers and Matt?
Piers, I don't know.
Piers, I think, he got married and I think he has a child now. We don't really speak. I know he's still working in and around Leeds, which isn't too far from us, but he kind of dropped off the radar a little bit, and he's got his own life. He's got his new life now.
Matt's just...
Matt's an enigma.
He's running his own cinema in Eindhoven. He's got a really good job. He's got 3 kids. And he's just got a lot on his plate, I think. I think he's happier now that he's not doing music. So, yeah, he's doing well. He's good.
We're playing a hometown show on Thursday coming up, and I believe he's coming to that as a punter for the first time. So that's going to be good. Be nice to see him like at the back,
See him
his arms folded,
shaking his head.
Yeah.
And what do you do when you're not busy with Evile? You still work in a guitar shop?
No, the shop I worked for sadly went into administration and shut down. The entire chain of company like that I worked for shut down. Then I worked in a pub for a little while. Now, just investing myself in music as much as I can. So the money's not very good. It's few and far between. But I'm actually happy not working in retail or serving people for a bit. Yeah, I'll find something.
I have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, so I do that. That's mostly what I do. But then, writing Evile stuff, I stream on Twitch as well when I can find the time, and I just try and get as much sleep in as I can. That's about it.
What is the essence of thrash metal in your own words?
I wasn't expecting a challenging question.
I'm just warming up, by the way.
I think for me it's more of a feeling than like specific rules in music. It's that the aggression and the speed, you have to have that, but it's also, I think, an approach to the music. For me, it's hard to explain. It's like when a song is playing, like say Angel of Death, Slayer, it's something that happens with the music that makes you feel like, yes. Well, if you listen to pop music, you're not going to get that. It's like, cool. I can't fully explain what I think, but it's to do with the approach and the feel of the music. If it's right, it's thrash. If it's not, it's
Gash.
It's gash.
I'd agree with that. It makes you want to do things harder and faster, and just it's really immediate. The feeling is like you're there and it's in the palm of your hand, and you just want to get hold of it and go with it, but do it harder somehow. I can't explain it. Behind the kit, personally speaking, there's always another limit to your playing, I think, and it's only when you play a thrash groove or a beat or something, you try and push yourself to play that next level, that little bit harder, that little bit faster, that little bit more aggressively.
Like self-challenging.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's it. Self-challenging, but not just for yourself, as much for the fans.
And more and more bands have retired in the last few years, and also we have lost many great musicians. What do you think? How will this affect the whole metal scene? Do you see any, I don't know, new upcoming bands who will carry the torch?
I tell you what, it's going to keep happening, sadly, because that's just life. We've said for years it's worrying the fact that, you know, the old masters and the gatekeepers, as you want to call them, they're dropping off, and they've got to. You can only do this kind of stuff for a certain amount of time before you start, you know, your body fails, doesn't it? So I get it in that respect. But I think the era of a band like Metallica selling out arenas and stadiums, that's a thing of the past, because just the money isn't there anymore. But to enable bands to do it, which is sad. But there are a shit ton of up and coming bands that are amazing. So
it's going to be interesting to see, like in 10-15 years when Metallica aren't doing it, all the people who say, oh, like bands like Evile, they say like, oh, they're just copying old thrash or all that shit. Like, when does it become valid to play that style of music, or can just the old bands play it? So it's going to be interesting to see like it change.
I think it'll go DIY again. I think labels will be taken out of the equation, and people will realise that they can self-fund and do stuff themselves, which kind of ties into how it was done late 80s, early 90s. You know, the big labels started going under and people abandoned them, and I think that 20-year, 30-year cycle thing will keep going. So I think it'll go underground again.
Yeah, but you were definitely inspired by the Bay Area thrash metal of the first album. However, you started to progress from Infected Nations, got more melodies in the song, and I could definitely feel some kind of Queen vibe in the melodies. Matt has mentioned that, you know, he's a big Queen fan.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you agree with me on that.
No, I think Matt modelled a lot of his vocals and the harmonies especially around that kind of stuff. That was a massive influence for him, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Well, we are big fans of the melodic stuff. I mean, there will be more melodic stuff on the next one because I know how to sing now. So we'll just see how it goes.
I think as long as the riffs are there, the foundation of the band will always be the same.
Yeah.
But the delivery will always change album on album, and that's pretty much the Evile mantra.
Yeah, we never want to do it the same.
Yeah, don't do the same thing twice. Keep exploring, look forward, not backwards, and keep going.
If your music was a soundtrack for a movie or any kind of art exhibition, let's say, what would you imagine for that? Could be even a painting, or any kind of piece of art.
It's a really good question.
It's really deep.
Some of you Bruce Willis?
No, probably not. Probably not. I don't know.
That's a really good question. I'd probably just put it to something like Die Hard.
Oh, so Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
I honestly do not know. Hellraiser.
We didn't really answer that question.
No, sorry.
Okay, if you have a chance to pick the bands for an Evile tribute album, who would you like to hear to cover your songs?
Oh wow.
They never would, but Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica would be the first
interesting.
choice. Definitely. Sepultura would be another.
Yeah.
Overkill would be great, I think. Tortured Demon would be great. We just come off tour with us in the UK, and those guys can smack. Although I don't know how they do it, but just as a three-piece. So you might have to guess with them to do a bit. But yeah, I can see those guys delivering one of our songs pretty well.
Destruction would be cool.
We can ask Schmear, is next door.
Literally
Ask him
behind
if he
that
wants
wall.
to. Oh, Diamond Head.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
King Diamond. Oh, King Diamond would be great.
Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah.
Do the reverse thing. You've done some of her stuff, she can do some of ours.
She won.
What's your 5 favorite albums of all time?
It changes every day, but the first ones I think of are Beneath the Remains, and Justice for All. Arise, Sepultura as well. Close to the Edge by Yes, and I don't know, 4 there.
Okay, and Justice for All. Criteria for a Black Widow, Annihilator.
Oh wow.
REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity, Foreigner 4, and something by Journey, but I don't know which. And I'm overriding my instinct to just have 5 Heart albums. So yeah, there you go.
Any last words to your fans?
No. Thank you so much for the support in every aspect of Evile.
Thanks for not abandoning us for 8 years.
Yeah, like we abandoned you. And yes, thank you, and keep coming to the gigs, and we'll keep doing them.
Yeah, because we aren't a band unless there's people to listen to us.
Thanks for the interview.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.